My way of asking you to do something different is yoga classes, Reiki classes, meditation. Don't go to bars. Don't go to bars anymore. It's so tempting. It's so easy. But then you go to a bar and go, oh, those guys there, they were so nasty. It's not that guys, it's the way everybody carries on at a bar. It's the lowest of the vibrations. Everybody's taking the easy route. And I'm sorry if I'm insulting anybody now, but I got to tell you. It's the easiest route. It's the lowest of vibrations. Have I spit it all?
Not at all. I'm
So far, so good.
It's the easiest route to take, and it's the lowest of vibrations. We all have to bring our vibrations up because, you know, the Beach Boys had something really good in mind when they had a song called Good Vibrations, right? Does anybody in this room doubt that people can pick up good vibrations and pick up bad vibrations? If you doubted that 5 or 10 years ago, there's probably not anybody in this room that doesn't realize that there are vibrations going on every second. There's electricity going on every second. And it's either some nasty electricity or it's good vibrations. So, what is going to be the reward for regrowing your pie? You're going to raise your vibration because you're not going to be going wholesale dating every other day, going out 2 or 3. I know people going 2 or 3 dates a day. And they're proud of it. Pam, get 2 or 3 girls a day. Yeah. Okay, all right. They don't realize what they're doing to themselves. Okay? You need to regrow your pie. And when you do, you raise your vibration. Now, when you raise your vibration and you do certain things with your face that reflects a raised vibration, these 2 things here. You smile. I know it's tough.
Men don't
But
smile.
if you want to scare people tonight, when you leave me, go and smile at people. Oh my God, you'll cause a riot. What's the matter with them? What are they smiling about? I just said, hey, what are they smiling about? I just might want to find out. Now, you want to meet someone? And I hear so many ladies say to me, if I don't go up to a man, he's never going to come up to me. How many still believe that? A lot of people, I'm sure. If I don't do it, it's not going to happen. I've got to tell you something. There are 2 easy ways to attract someone, and we've just talked about it. Eye contact, but not like this, okay? Not like this. 1, What do we do when we meet someone? Oh. If I look at them, they'll think I'm interested. Now, if you're a game player, that doesn't work. If I look at you for a second, and I keep on looking at you because I'm interested, that's not a game. That's me showing I like what I see. But game players, I don't know how game players meet. Oh, you don't. That's right. Game players don't really meet because they're not willing to smile at someone that they're interested in. They're not willing to have dynamic eye contact with someone that they're interested in. They would rather act like they're not interested because if you're not interested, maybe someone will be interested in me. So I'm not going to act interested. I'm not going to let them know I'm interested because I'm not going to look at them. Do we do that?
Yes.
Oh. How does that work?
Grammar school.
It don't work, like they say in New York. It don't work. Stop doing it. Stop playing the game. Stop playing the game. If you find someone that you think is interesting, everybody raise their hand. Everybody. If I find someone that I'm interested in,
I'm going to smile.
I'm going to smile at them. Put your hand up.
Eye contact.
I am going to smile at them for 5 seconds. Put your hands back up. I am going to smile at them for 5 seconds, so help me.
So help me.
Okay, put your hands down.
It's funny.
You think that's going to help you?
Yes, it will.
Guys, ladies, guys, we are so confused right now. We are so, and I'm not going to go into a whole reason why, because that's a whole weekend workshop. But we don't know what to do. We don't know how to please you. We really don't. The roles have switched. The feminine woman, who we all know, you grew up, you've had to take on roles, masculine roles. And the men, let me explain something to you. If you've taken on a masculine role, and a man tries to be masculine, can that work? It hasn't worked, and it will not work.
Why?
Because two masculine people will do this all day long. Now, if you like that,
Just because you want to work in masculine?
did I say that?
No.
Oh, okay. Whew.
No, I'm trying to understand what you said.
There's
If
being,
women are
there's a
strong, but they're
workplace,
masculine.
and there's a personal life. There's a workplace.
You're
and a,
using the word masculine.
Yes.
That's what's misleading me.
okay. You could be masculine at work. Everybody has to take on a more masculine job, a part of you. But the women are suffering in this way more than others because see, I knew I shouldn't have gotten into this because this is not even an entire weekend. This is an entire week of understanding that two masculine energies can't make it. Personally, the woman, the disadvantage of the woman is if she wants to meet a masculine man, when she comes home and gets ready for a date, she has to leave the office behind and take a nice hot oil bath, puts a nice relaxing music on, so that you can again become a more feminine, receptive energy. Things are out of whack now. And if you want to know why, it's because a man who's trying to hold on to being masculine is having a tough time because of all the masculinity that's been inside of women now. It's really, really tough. The same way two feminine energies can't last together because no one's aggressive, no one's doing it, nothing happens. What's worked for 20,000 years, it's not my history, is a masculine. Now, if somebody thinks a masculine male is stronger than a feminine, receptive female, that's a problem that's in your head. Because there's no weakness, there's none more weak or powerful. It's the way things have worked. A masculine and feminine energy works together. The problem, if a masculine woman, someone gets too masculine, they're only going to be attracted at first to feminine receptive guys, which is what's going on now. And about 3 or 4 months into it, she is going to say, "What's the matter with you? Why don't you do something? Why don't you go out and get a job?" Because that's what she liked about him before. And she's going to get bored with a receptive, softer, feminine guy. I'm not saying homosexual. I'm just saying, I knew I shouldn't have gotten into this, but it's really, I wanted you to know one of the reasons why we're all having so much trouble, because the roles have changed dramatically. And we haven't caught up with how to make that work. Feeling critical, guilt, and shame. Okay? We're either feeling critical, guilt, and shame ourselves, or we're lashing out at other people and being critical about other people. How attractive is it to be critical of other people? Yeah. Oh, it's not? Oh. Why do we still do it? We're so critical of other people. We look for we're like lawyers. We look for everybody's imperfections. And guess what? That's a bad vibe. And everybody on the other side knows it. How does it feel when someone rejects you? Because they've looked at you for whatever reason and said, "You're not enough." Feels bad, right? Remember the next time you put out a bad vibe towards somebody else because they're not enough, and I'm not talking about here. I'm talking about in day-to-day life. You put a bad vibe out to someone, remember, it hurts you and it hurts them. Okay? And we need to heal guilt and shame. If we don't heal guilt and shame, nobody wants to talk about this, I'm not going to talk more about it. But if you don't heal your inner guilt and shame, it's going to be very, very difficult to get into a healing relationship. I feel like my work in life is to help as many people return to love as possible. That's what my job is. And I want to help anyone in this room. I have business cards. You have my information on here. Okay, you have my telephone number, you have my email. I want to help anyone who wants to return to love. And I'm not necessarily talking about at our age, this hot, romantic love. You know what? Hot romantic love is great. No one's a bigger fan of it than I am. But as we get a little older, anybody know the chakras at all? Anybody? Okay.
Yeah.
When we're a little younger, we got this whole kind of area going on here, mostly. Okay? And we forget to move that in, especially when we meet somebody else. We don't really move up to these upper chakras. Thank God when we get a little older, we start developing and awakening these upper chakras, throat chakra, the heart chakra, this third eye and all this kind of stuff, and the crown. But the funny thing is, now once we start wanting to develop our chakras, then we want to go back to being 18 and start focusing down here again. And that's what we think, are we attracted? Because if we're not attracted down here, then we're not must be attracted. What I want to tell you is, there's a lot of beauty and kindness and wonder in finding someone you can get along with. Anybody in this room want to find someone they can get along with? Thank goodness. If you truly do want to find someone you can get along with, try cutting down on the judgments. I used to tell people, okay, there's a lot of people in this room, younger group, so he has to be gorgeous, right? Yeah, he's got to be gorgeous. Okay, so that cuts about half the world out. Maybe even 2/3 of the world, okay? So now we're down to 1/3 of the world. Oh, he's got to have money? What do they say, 2%? Okay, so now we're down to 1% of a possibility. Now, what about all the other judgments that kick in on your part? Well, he's got to come from a good family. And now we're down to a half. How the hell are you supposed to meet someone with all those judgments and criticisms? How about letting a kind person say hello, smile at someone who looks kind, the eye contact, the smile. You know what? If you smile at someone, if you smile at a guy, across the room, that guy is going to come over and say hello. They're just scared to death of coming over and getting rejected. But if you would just smile at him, now if he doesn't come over, that's okay. You thought he was kind of cool, you thought she was kind of cool. You smile, it will invite them to come over. You look at them, your eye contact, don't turn away. Practice on someone who you don't think is that good looking. Practice on someone it's not going to work out with. Practice, though. 5 seconds. Is it going to work? Yeah. It's going to work. Give people a chance to know you like them. I want to thank you all for coming. I appreciate you being here. If anybody wants a card, you can have a card. I'd love to get that yellow sheet with some of your emails on there if you want to keep in touch. Thank you so much for coming in.